Good evening everybody and welcome to Hague Avenue, the home of Southport Football Club, but tonight it's the home of, once again, of Everton under-21s. Premier League 2 action. The Toffees up against Fulham, looking to avenge a 2-0 defeat earlier in the season down at Motspur Park. Alongside me this evening in the commentary box will be former Everton striker Nick Chadwick, and as you just say, it's starting to get a little bit chilly here, Chaddy, but both these teams are well matched and we're looking forward to a good game.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a good game, aren't we? We were just saying there that the Everton side tonight might be a little bit younger. It's a good opportunity for some of the younger players coming in, and as you say, night's getting a little bit crisper, but the weather is turning and we're starting to get a little bit warmer than it was a few weeks ago.
Callum Bates and Owen Barker have come into the setup recently because obviously in January things change for every single under-21 side, and they've really impressed, and that's the way it has to be. When an opportunity arises for an academy player, he's got to jump in and take it.
Yeah, most definitely. Particularly at this age group, I think you can be stagnant. You can stay for too long at this age group, and I think we've seen with the likes of Tom Cannon, etc. Players have gone out on loan from this age group, which is part of their development, part of the pathway through to the first team. So opportunity for the lads, like you say, tonight coming into the side, and that's what this age group's all about.
It's been a big week for Everton Football Club. Keith Southern's been taking the 21s for the last couple of days. Someone you know very, very well. He won't be fazed by it, will he?
Not at all, no. I'm delighted for Keith. You know, he's. I believe the academy pathway is for players, obviously, to make their journey through to the first team. But good academies, and this is one of the best here at Everton. It's about coach development as well, and you think of Keith's development through now to lead in the under-21 side. Well, Paul Tate goes up to the first team, and what an experience that is for him as well. So great experience for the coaches here. Good advocate for the work that's going on in terms of the coaching. The coaches are getting the chance to move up the ladder as well as players. It's
an important point you make then. The pathway's got to be illuminated, not just for players but also for the staff as well, for them to improve and for them to progress.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, you can sometimes underestimate the work that's going on with the coaching and with the coach education here at a club like Everton. You know, you think of Paul Tate, he's been at Everton 10-15 years and really working hard on his trade and his craft of coaching and developing, and he's done a fantastic job. And for him now to then step up to the first team, he won't be fazed by that either. You know, he's worked for years and tirelessly for an opportunity, and whether that be for 1 week, whether that be for a few sessions, I'm sure he's enjoying that experience, as Keith will be tonight with these young players.
You were a young player when Walter Smith left Everton and David Moyes came in. Does a change of manager at first team level affect the young players that much, or do they think to themselves, there's a new manager here, I might have a chance?
It did at the time. It did when I was a young player, and I think back then to myself and Leon Osman and Tony Hibbert and Peter Clark and Kevin McLeod, and we all of a sudden got opportunities. And I think it depends on what type of manager's coming in the situation. I think it's a difficult situation for a young player to be coming into the side right now with the first team. But you know, sometimes you play with that fearlessness, and the ones who are still here will definitely be looking at it for an opportunity and for looking to progress and make a good impression. Like the senior players will, it's no different whether there's a player of 19 years of age or 29 years of age. I think if a new manager's coming into the building, players will want to impress.
Peter Clark's still playing, by the way. It's astonishing.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Incredible, still playing for Oldham. Just finally, Chaddy, what are you up to yourself these days?
Assistant manager at Rochdale, so a little bit of a scouting mission as well. We've been trying to get some players in. Been speaking to James Vaughan this week actually in terms of loans and getting people in, so a chance for me to cast my eye over some of the players here tonight, and also some of the younger ones for future. But yeah, it's difficult job in terms of where we are at the minute. Similar position to Everton in terms of towards the bottom of the table. But like every club in the land, you're trying to improve, you're trying to progress. Everton are no different, Rochdale are no different. You know, you're trying to improve your playing squad and improve the situation for whatever club you're working for.
The only way is up for Everton and for Rochdale. Nick Chadwick will be alongside me in the commentary box. Well, just a few moments ago I caught up with Keith Southern to get his thoughts on tonight's game. Keith, when you look at the Premier League 2 table, this has got the makings of a really good close contest.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe we're level on points with Fulham. They're a really good side. We know a little bit about them because we've already played them down at Motspur Park earlier in the season, and we know the challenges that they'll bring tonight, and I'm expecting a really, really difficult game.
Better conditions tonight than we had at Motspur Park earlier in the season.
Absolutely, yeah. The rain came down certainly in the first half, didn't it? So hopefully it'll be drier tonight.
These are a little bit more experienced, aren't they? They've got 19 and 20-year-olds, which doesn't sound a lot, but it can count, can't it?
Yeah, it can. That 12, 18 months of physical development can mean quite a bit. If they are to be older, so be it. I think it's a real challenge for our lads. I think we know just at this moment in time we're fairly young, but with young players comes a fearlessness, and we're hoping that the boys we pick tonight will go and put on a real show, and they'll benefit from that development side of it, playing against older boys. I'm certain of that.
They are only young lads, but they've shown such character, particularly in the last couple of games against Brighton and Southampton, to come from behind and win both games.
Yeah. Brighton especially was really pleasing. Brighton were an excellent side, and we had some difficulties in the first half, but second half we found some solutions. The resilience, the character, the desire to stay in the game, and then ultimately go on and win it late in the second half was really pleasing.
It's the nature of the beast at under-21 level that after January you do lose a few players, but that's always an opportunity, and the likes of Owen Barker and Callum Bates have got to stand up and be counted now, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got 5 scholars in our team tonight, which brings massive opportunity. We've got it's a transitional period, obviously, with January. We've got lads out on loan. We've got lads going up with the first team to get an opportunity, hopefully, over the coming weeks and months, which is brilliant for them. So we move on to the scholars, the younger lads below, to give them an opportunity. And like I said before, they're going to gain a great experience over the next couple of weeks, which will stand them in good stead moving forwards.
Last couple of days, Paul Tate's been involved with the first team setup, so you've had the 21s to yourself. Have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it, yeah. What I will say is I've been delighted for Paul. He's a great guy and a great coach, and I was absolutely ecstatic when he got the opportunity to work with the first team. International players, Premier League players, even if it was only for 4 or 5 days, he deserves that experience, and he'll come back to us next week with them experiences under his belt, and I'm sure it'll help him moving forward, but he ultimately deserved it. For us, we've just carried on as normal. The boys have been great, I must say. There's been no drama, there's no egos around any of them. They just get on with their business. They know, even at a young age, what football's like. It's very unpredictable. Coaches change, and from a personal point of view, if you're a player, you could be elsewhere from one day to the next, especially in this month of January. So there's been a real determination this week just to carry on as normal. We've had a really good week's training, and we're really looking forward to tonight's game. You've been in this situation, Keith, as a young player, when the first team manager changes. When a new manager comes in, he can bring with him a fresh, clean piece of paper. It's a clean slate for everybody. So it's a chance, isn't it, for the young boys to at least make an impression? Absolutely, and that'll be the challenge tonight. I'm sure somewhere the new manager will take an interest in this result or performance, whether he watches live on YouTube with you guys, or when he arrives and work tomorrow or Sunday or Monday morning, he'll want to know how we've done, which is brilliant. As a development coach, as development players in that group, all we can do is try and be the best version of ourselves, put on a really good performance, and the rest will take care of itself. Thanks for speaking to us, Keith. Good luck. Thank you.
There you go, tonight's under-21 manager for Everton, Keith Southern. Former teammate of yours, wasn't he, Chaddy?
Yes, Keith was a big teammate of mine. We also lived in Diggs together when I first came up the M6. Yeah. Plenty of memories of time shared together with me and Keith.
Had a smashing playing career, didn't he?
Oh, he had a brilliant career, and he's a brilliant human being, and was underrated as a footballer. He went to Blackpool, carved a magnificent career out for himself, and resulted in him playing in the Premier League under Ian Holloway for Blackpool. But really maximised his ability, Keith, and underrated in terms of both in and out of possession. He was an excellent footballer, and what a great character to be teaching these young players. Absolutely, it is a young Everton side tonight on duty. Obviously 1 or 2 players out on loan, 1 or 2 players training with the first team, but Keith Southern, ably abetted by Scott Phelan this evening, has gone with Zanlot Liban in goal, Kyle John, Mackenzie Hunt, Reece Welsh, Eli Campbell, Ishi Samuel Smith, Matty Apter, Callum Bates, Francis Okoronkwo, Owen Barker and Katia Kuyate. Just a word about Francis Okoronkwo, who's promised so much and he's now starting to deliver. He is looking like a quality centre forward, Charlie. Yeah, one I'll let you pronounce the name of tonight, Darren, but he
stick to number 9.
He is full of potential, isn't he? And been spoken about for a season or so now here at Everton, and as you say, starting to progress through, showing that potential, surrounded by individuals who are more accustomed to be playing at this level. Katia Kiarte, Kyle John, Mackenzie Hunt, Reece Welch, Elijah Campbell. They're regulars at this level, and they'll be important tonight for this young side.
Fulham have gone with a slightly older side, and it can make a little bit of a difference when you are at this age group. Fulham beat Everton by 2-0 down at Goodison Park earlier in the season. There you go, smattering of 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds as well. Matt Dibley-Diaz is a name. I know one or two have had first-team experience, and when you're 17 and you're playing against a 20-year-old, it can make a difference, because physically there can be differences, can't there?
It is going to be a difference tonight, no doubt about it. Like you say, 2 or 3 more years physically, 2 or 3 more seasons tactically and technically developed. But you know, this is a great experience and challenge, and this is what it's all about at this level. It's about younger players starting to challenge themselves against more senior players, and this will bring on the younger players in Everton's side a bomb tonight. You know, they challenge themselves against players of an older age, players with a little bit more experience. But you know, that's what happens at the senior end of the game. It's not, you can't always be playing against boys your own age. You must start to challenge yourself and play against lads who are older and seniors as you step up.
Not like second team football when you and Ozzy and Hibbo were in the team, Chaddy, is it?
We were up against sort of 30, 29, 35-year-old David Mays, Stephen Henshaw's, the lot. So
played against international footballers, didn't you, when you were, what, 16, 17?
Most definitely, and that for me, that's been lost, to be honest, with the introduction of this under-21 programme. I think to learn to be playing against these seasoned international footballers and alongside them, you know, we heard the likes of Kevin Campbell playing up front with myself or Duncan or whoever it may have been, Francis Jeffers, and then also alongside sort of Scott Gemmels and Mark Pembridges at times. You were gaining so much more experience from playing in these games, because you were against seasoned professionals, both in your team and up against them.
Gaza? Played with Gaza?
Once or twice. That
must have been an experience.
When he was on the pitch. Remember, he had a toilet break during one game.
If you can't learn from playing alongside Paul Gascoigne, you shouldn't be in the game.
He was brilliant, you know, Darren. He not only did he coach his way, he coached us lot from on the pitch. He actually coached the opposition in these sorts of games, which was amazing, really, and just shows the manner of the guy.
Absolutely. We're ready to go here. Hey, Gavin, you're the home of Southport, but as I said earlier, it's the home of Everton Football Club tonight. Great setup here at Southport Football Club. I've got a lot of fond memories of and a lot of affection. The referee just making sure that it is 11 aside. I've never, ever, ever seen one team play 12, but they still do it, don't they? I'm sure it's superstitious. Ready to go.
It's felt like that a few times. Played
yeah, 14 or 15. Reece Welch sends it up and under, and it's headed behind for a throw-in, is it? No touch from the full-back. And that's an old school approach to kick-off, isn't it? You don't often see that these days, do you? Play it back and then lump it forward down the left-hand side.
You see it a lot in the lower leagues, Darren, where I am, I tell you. But no, I think it just goes to show that Keith wants to go about the game properly and reiterate the same messages that possibly these players will get at first-team level.
Campbell finds Ishi Samuel-Smith. Katia Kiarte really is in good form, and when he's on blob, he really is a joy to watch. Katia Kiarte, who's smashing against Brighton and Southampton, especially in the second half of both games when the Young Blues came from behind to win both contests. And when he's in the mood, Katia Kiarte, he can be unplayable, Chaddy.
Yeah, he's been crying out for a run of games, hasn't he, Darren?
Yes,
He's obviously played second fiddle at times to Tom Cannon at this level, who has progressed and moved on with his loan move to Preston, and it gives Katia the chance to get a run of games at this level and show what he can do.
Okaronko's first aerial battle is won, and he directs it towards Kiarte. Fulham tidy up, and Doria Henry plays it back to the American goalkeeper Alex Borto. Back to Luciano Doria Henry. There's a name for you. He plays it back as Kyle John comes to press forward. And Keith Southern and Paul Tate do like their full-backs, their wing-backs rather, to press forward. Welsh, Campbell and Ishi Samuel-Smith, the three central defenders this evening, with Mackenzie Hunt and Kyle John on the flanks. Matiapta volleys it forward. Kayate will chase it down. Beaten in the air by Harvey Araujo. And Charlie Robinson feeds it to Devon Tanton. 22 points apiece in Premier League 2. Everton and Fulham ahead of tonight's game. Liverpool are also on 22 points. A win for the Toffees tonight, by the way, would take us into 5th position in Premier League 2. Nice layoff again by Okoronkwo. Kyle John sends a long ball forward towards Katia Kayate. Kayate lets it bounce, takes the shot early and scores the goal. It's a lovely finish, 2.5 minutes into the game. A long ball from Kyle John. Katia Kayate waited for it to bounce and then slammed it in the bottom corner of the net, in off the post. Everton 1, Fulham 0.
Just spoke about the run of form Katia's in, Darren, and he goes to show what good form he's in with a great finish. Good ball over the top, willing running behind, shows some strength and power to get in behind. What a finish with the left foot that is across the goalkeeper. Took
it nice and early, didn't he? Probably didn't catch it as sweetly as he would have liked, but he caught it well enough.
Yeah, and he took the shot early, which I think was key. It comes on his left foot here, probably takes the shot early, which just catches the goalkeeper on his heels, and the goalkeeper doesn't get across, and right into the corner from Katia. Great finish.
See, nothing wrong with the long ball forward, is there, by the fullbacks? Kyle John on that occasion swept it forward. Katia Kayate swept it home. What a start for the 21s. Everton 1, Fulham 0.
He's got pace, hasn't he, Katia, up front, and I think the message might have been from Keith early on just to make sure they use that pace in behind, and it's paid dividend there with the ball over the top and the finish. But great start for Everton.
Keith will be delighted, won't he, because it's all right having pace, you need an end product, and Katia's just provided that. He'll be 6'6" tall now, Katia Kayate, for this game.
Yeah, and it's a good start for this young team as well, Darren. We spoke about it's a younger team, couple who were playing with not loads of experience at this level. For them to go up so early in the game will just settle them down.
Here's Okoronkwo. Oh, nearly got through to Katia Kayate. Kyle John had made a long busting run down the right hand side, and Okoronkwo just acknowledges that maybe he should have played it to Kyle John, but just for a second I thought Katia was back in again then. Yeah,
great run from Kyle John, as you say, Darren, down this near side to us, and pace and power, really bombing on forward, and just didn't quite see the pass, but playing well this Everton side. Great start for him.
Yeah, really confident, knocking it about nicely. Look at the space here for Owen Barker. Opens his body, has a look up. He does play it to the right hand side to Kyle John. Kyle John tries to play the 1-2, does play the 1-2, gets a shot away, saved by the goalkeeper. Comfortable save in the end, one you'd expect him to make, but super approach play, Chaddy.
Yeah, bright play, 1-2 on the edge of the box. Kyle John gets his shot off, and as you say, wing backs willing to go forward and be adventurous and be positive, and again some more good play from Everton.
Only plays it forward. Marshall Godot is dispossessed. Now it breaks for Pajazzi. Here's Katia Kayate. Mackenzie Hunt. It's a decent ball in, dealt with by Araujo, and Fulham try to bring it away. Callum Bates will slide in and win it.
Great to see a couple of tackles going in the middle of the park.
Yeah. Keith Southern must be delighted, mustn't he? 5.5 minutes gone, but he's already seen a good goal and some really good passing play from his team. Campbell. And Ishi Samuel Smith plays it safely back to Zanlot Liban, who's been a spectator in the opening 6 minutes, the Blues goalkeeper. Time is the shout to Kyle John. Welsh.
Not afraid to play it a little bit longer early on. Everton, they're playing off the front too, aren't they?
Yeah, get the ball forward. Pajaziti, no way forward for him. Back to 19-year-old goalkeeper Alex Borto. Nothing he could do with Katia Kayate's goal. Katia Kayate's 6th goal of the season. The previous 5 came in the Premier League Cup, so that's his first Premier League 2 strike of the season. Pajaziti back to Doria Henry. Good break by him. Excellent break by Dodier Henry. Reece Welsh sticks out a long leg and had to get that right, and did get it right. Callum Bates. Fulham have it back. Pajaziti again. They will have their moments, Fulham, won't they? They're too good a side at this level not to.
Yeah, they'll grow into the game eventually, but I think Everton have got to keep this momentum and that they've got in terms of the early goal, and make sure that they can keep progressing on that. Lots of space wide for the Everton wing backs against these Fulham wingers, or 4-3-3 Fulham, so the wide players playing really high, and Everton can get the wing backs on the ball like Carl John is now.
Carl John flicks it forward towards Kouyaté in a central position. Good play again by him. Owen Barker, good play by him too, to Mackenzie Hunt. Can we get the cross into the penalty area? Second best thing. He wins a corner, and again, good stuff from Everton.
Yeah, another example of Mackenzie Hunt receiving the ball in a wider area and been really advanced. These wing backs really positive, and cross comes in, gets blocked, and it's another corner.
Owen Barker will swing it in from the left hand side. Welsh, Campbell and Samuel Smith all go forward for Everton. Everton have got 4 players outside the penalty area, 5 if you include the taker, and then in the end the corner's a little bit too deep, and Samuel Smith can only flick it over his own head, and that'll play for the goal kick. Do you watch a lot of under-21 games, Chaddy, in your role as assistant manager at Rochdale?
Yeah, we try and get to as many as possible. I think that's part of the role, to see the better younger players come through. We managed to sign a left back earlier today from Burnley, who we've been watching. So try and get to as many as possible, certainly in the northwest when possible. No
shortcuts, are there?
No, not at all. And I think that's your passion as well, which it is of mine. You know, being involved in youth development and coaching within the academies, it's something that I'm keen to keep an eye on and like to see these younger players develop. When you sign a player like Rochdale have just signed a young player from Burnley, there is an element of a gamble in it. You're never really sure how they'll adapt it, are you, to men's football, if you like? Yeah, and you have to do your due diligence in terms of personality and character. And I think a player who's been at this level for a season or two and is wanting to go out on loan and wanting that next challenge is an important part of it. And they have to want to progress and want to go and challenge themselves and test themselves and take that security, that cover blanket off of these big clubs where the coaching is absolutely outstanding, but rather than just have a backlog of players on players. And this is what Everton have done great tonight, with players who've gone out on loan, and the next batch get their opportunity at this level. And that's the way it has to be if young players are going to continue to progress to hopefully their first teams at their respective clubs, but also they go out on loan and do a good job for teams that are lower down the leagues. Get a career elsewhere, that's what it's all about. Here's Matt Dibley-Diaz, dealt with by Samuel Smith, picked up by Okoronkwo. Down goes Katia Kouyaté, gets to his feet quickly. Great run by Owen Barker down this right hand side for Everton. Francis Okoronkwo driving forward, has to check and bring in Katia Kouyaté. And Katia Kouyaté wins a corner. Look, a threat the front two, Darren, don't they? Every time they cross the halfway line, yeah. It's going to be another corner. We don't flood the penalty area from corners, do we? This must be Keith's tactics as part of his defensive midfielder responsibilities. He's rung the edge of the box well. Yeah, didn't get forward much, did he? Corner kick. Owen Barker drills it into the danger zone. Good header from Eli Campbell, and it wasn't far away. Decent ball in that from Owen Barker, and Eli Campbell just got underneath it slightly. Still managed to make first contact in the box, the big centre half. Didn't just go up there as a token gesture, wanted to go up and try and score, and managed to get first contact, just couldn't direct the header towards goal. Worth the weight in gold, aren't they? If you've got a defender that can get the odd goal. Yerry Mina, give him his due. He's got 8 goals, Everton goals to his credit so far, and the days of Derek Mountfield getting into double figures just break off, because here's another chance for Everton. Owen Barker, it's a great ball in. It's headed away. But Everton are asking all the questions here. In goes Kyle John. Okoronkwo just manages to stay onside, can't return the favour, and Fulham can bring it away. Pajaziti, he's seen as much of the ball as any Fulham player. Great to see Kyle John snap into that counter press there, wasn't it? Good numbers up the pitch, Everton, and just dived straight onto the ball as it fell free, and nearly created a second opportunity, but on the front foot, this young Everton side is good to watch.
Araujo plays it wide to Dorian Henry, clipped it forward. Cross comes Eli Campbell to deal with it. Half volleys it away. Carl Jones just caught on his toes there a little bit. Matty Apter can't get a touch to it, and more by good fortune than anything else, Fulham have an opportunity to counter here. It's a ball played towards the edge of the penalty area. Zanluk Liban comes out and deals with it well. Made his mind up early not to dive at the feet of Martial Godot, and just kicks the ball out to safety. That's what you want. You want your goalkeeper to make his mind up early and deal with it.
Yeah, good decision making. He was covering defender, obviously with Reece Welch, but decided to come and clear. And once he's made that decision, important that he makes contact, and he did so there. So good goalkeeping.
He's done really well, Zanluk Liban, this season. He really has come of age between the sticks for Everton. He will think he was culpable for the Brighton goal the other night, but having made an error to concede the goal, he then went on to make some fantastic saves. Good character.
Yeah, most definitely. And difficult for goalkeepers, isn't it? Because normally a little bit older as they start to break through, but progressed well. I remember watching him a lot in last year's Youth Cup when we did the commentary there.
Yeah.
And he's progressed well, as you say. And goalkeepers are going to make mistakes along the way. It's important that they have that, as you say, character and personality to be able to deal with that.
Well, he certainly has. Zanluk Liban, he's a great lad. It's a good ball by Okoronkwo. Keithan loved that. Centre forward helping out with his defensive duties, but Mackenzie Hunt has overhit the forward pass, and Charlie Robinson sees the ball out, and it'll be a goal kick for Fulham. Everton 1, Fulham 0. 13.5 minutes gone. 13.5 really good minutes for Everton gone in this game at Southport.
That's the space, isn't it, for Everton out wide in them wing back areas, and get another ball out to Mackenzie Hunt, who just managed to just put too much on his slide pass down the side. But all the time the wing backs are taking up really good positions, and Everton can just switch the play and keep getting the ball to them.
Long ball forward will not be reached by Callum McFarlane, and Reece Welch has time to pick out Callum Bates. Carl John is available on this near right hand side. Sometimes you can overplay it. Everton have played themselves into trouble here, and that was an opportunity the Fulham did not make the best of. Matt Dibley-Diaz it was, inside the penalty area. The short passes, some of those passes weren't really on, were they?
Now, I spoke about the two wider players for Fulham being on the press and playing quite high up against that back line for Everton, and one pass too many short. I think that second or third pass that probably needed to go in off the front like they've done at the start of the game, and just cause their own problems there, the back line at Everton.
Well, Matt Dibley-Diaz scored for Fulham against Everton last season at Goodison Park, and I'm sure he'll feel he should have done a lot better with the opportunity that he was offered then. And as always, from corner kicks, there's a little bit too much argy-bargy for the referee's liking.
Two sets of players around the goalkeeper there, I think.
Really difficult for Zanluk Liban. The directive from Steve Wigley, the Fulham coach, is clear. Put him under pressure. In comes the corner, and the referee was always going to do that. Well, he did tell them, didn't he? They'd been warned.
Easy way out as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not heeded the warning to blow the whistle. Free kick, we'll take that.
Zanluk Liban will have been most relieved. It was a packed penalty area.
Good to see the likes of Steve Wigley involved with this Fulham side as well, Darren. Talk about experience and being able to pass on know-how, and what a great coaching career he's had, and I'm sure he's passing on some really good experience to these young players in the opposition ranks tonight.
Managed against Everton twice in the Premier League, Steve Wigley, when he was at Southampton. Okoronkwo looks for Mackenzie Hunt, comes back to Okoronkwo. Okoronkwo has a go for goal, gets underneath it, kills it high over the bar, but I don't mind that from a centre forward. I'd rather he shoot than give the ball away, for example. Yeah,
a little bit over eager, just snatched at it ever so slightly, and I'm not sure if he thought the opportunity was going to arise or not, but they backed off the Fulham back line, and as you say, nice to see him take the shot on. Just needs to compose himself a little bit more and try and hit the target from the edge of the box.
McFarlane. It's a decent ball from Pajaziti. Picks out Dibley-Diaz in the middle, but he sells it short. Mackenzie Hunt is on it like a flash, and he's got the confidence to bring it forward. And all Devon Tanton can do is commit the foul near the halfway line and hand possession back to Everton. Yeah, just speaking about Steve Wigley, I don't know whether you might have been in the squads 2004 when we drew 3-3 down at Southampton. We were winning 3-1. Wayne had scored a couple of goals. Southampton scored twice in the last 10 minutes. James Beattie got one.
Yeah, I think it was just after me, just after I'd left, but yeah.
And then the season before, Steve Wigley was in charge at Goodison Park when a goal in the 88th minute from Leon Osman.
It was a fluke.
And the last gasp 1-0 win for Everton. Here's Reece Welsh. Owen Barker just took his eye off the ball for a split second, but it's a poor ball by McFarlane, picked up by Mackenzie Hunt. Cleared away. Mackenzie Hunt, who scored the winning goal at Brighton last week. Thoroughly deserved winning goal, by the way. Paul Tate was right after the game when he said Everton could have won by more, and they are a good side, Brighton.
Great game that, watched it, and they didn't half play well, didn't they, the young players.
Here's Mackenzie Hunt, who on this ground earlier in the season scored what will surely be the under-21 goal of the season against Hertha Berlin. Corner from that right hand side. Mackenzie Hunt cracked a first time volley from the edge of the box past the keeper. I will be astonished if we see a better goal than that this season. But here's a chance for Fulham and a follow-up, and it's a goal for Fulham, and it's come from nowhere really. 18.5 minutes on the clock and Fulham are level. It's Adrian Pajaziti, the Albanian under-21 international, and Keith Southern will be livid because we looked in full control and that just came from nowhere.
Yeah, a little bit tight, too tight in the box. I think it was Reece Welsh just got turned inside the box, got a little bit too tight, got turned, did great to block the shot, covering centre-back, just did great to block the shot. Just unfortunate it fell straight to the number 8 for Fulham, who just managed to side-foot it in.
One apiece. We are level here at Southport. 19 minutes now on the clock. And Adrian Pajaziti
thought they got away with it there, where Elijah Campbell just comes and just tries to clear the ball, but unfortunately just falls straight to the number 8.
Well, he made his Fulham under-21 debut against Everton earlier in the season. Albanian under-21 internationals pronunciation not your forte, Chaddy, no.
Number 8 will do that.
Mackenzie Hunt skips past one challenge but not the second. It's slammed away by Jay Williams, and Everton have to start again. There's never any panic about this Everton side, which is what I like. They went behind against Southampton, went behind against Brighton. No panic, just keep playing your game and the chances will come.
Important that they focus on the performance. It's been really good so far, and that goal might knock the stuffing out of them in terms of the result of the game. Now gone to 1-1, which is obviously important, but the performance has been so good at the start of this game for the first 20 minutes that they need to make sure that they can maintain that performance level, and like you say, not let that goal against start to affect adversely the performance.
Well, we did say the Fulham would have their moments. Let's hope they don't have many more. One apiece. Campbell heads it away, but I just sense that Fulham have weathered the early storm here. Nice first time ball. McFarlane can't control it. Reece Welsh to Callum Bates. He makes a bit of space for himself and then plays a good ball to Mackenzie Hunt. Good play that by Callum Bates onto Katia Kiarte. Away he goes down that left hand side and he wins Everton a throw in. Charlie Robinson, all 6'2" of him, slid in to make the challenge.
Nice and composed that by Bates in the middle of the pitch there. Just managed to get himself out of a tight situation and switch the play. It was good play, nice ball as well out to that far side. Newcomer
to the under-21 setup, but he's a nice player. Campbell, it's a good ball as well. Good take by Kyle John, but Luciano Dorier-Henry is in there like a flash. Welsh controls the header back to Kyle John. Pleadless for handball there. That's got to be an Everton throw-in, surely. Yes, it is. Welsh. All the way back to Zanluk Liban. Kiyate came from an offside position. Shouldn't really be offside in that situation, should you?
Just need to get back onside a little bit earlier. Really tight one, but the linesmen give offside. But important to try and regain the initiative here. Everton, Fulham, like you say, have just come back into the game. They do flood bodies. They do flood bodies forward, Fulham, and they test that back line. And important that we remain resolute and, as I say, get a tight foothold in the game.
Free kick for the Cottagers. Into the air, comes off Reece Welsh. He'll chase down the second ball and he'll get there before Godo. Clears his lines. Dorian Henry heads it forward again, but Eli Campbell gets underneath it, gets more height than distance on the clearance, and Owen Barker, he has managed to keep it in. Actually, he's done well there. And Katia Kiyate trying his luck on this right-hand side. You have to accept with players like Katia Kiyate, who like playing wide, that there will be periods of the game when they're not involved. It's just part and parcel of being a winger, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely, and it's important as well that he remains focused and ready for his opportunity. We spoke about Tom Cannon, and what I really like about Tom is when he's not in the game, he's always looking off the shoulder. He's always ready to take that opportunity should one come his way, and invariably he does. He's a great finisher, and as you say, sometimes when you're that wide player or that front player, you're not always in the game, but to remain mentally in the game and ready for when an opportunity comes, that's vital, and he needs to make sure he's ready for the next opportunity, Katia.
Headed into the air by Tanton. Whacked forward. Nobody there for Fulham. Zanluk Liban has plenty of time.
What I would say, Dan, doesn't look like there's much between the two teams. You wouldn't think that this Fulham team were a lot more experienced at the level than the Everton side, would you?
Not at all, no. There are some 21-year-olds and 20-year-olds in the Fulham side, and when you are 17 and 18, that can make a little bit of a difference. Carl John sweeps it forward. Now Katia Kiyate, that's better, timed his run well, lays it off to Barker. Barker's first time ball finds Mackenzie Hunt. He takes it in his stride, bursts into the penalty area. Mackenzie Hunt got past the fullback, couldn't quite get past the keeper. He's looking at the referee as if to say, didn't one of them foul me? And that's what I'd like to see again, to be honest.
Yeah, he just tried to get the body across. Great touch. His touch was out of his feet. Nice and positive. Just couldn't quite get across the front.
Maybe not.
I think it would have been harsh had it been given. Good play again and again from one side to the other. Switching out to them wing backs, and positive play by Mackenzie. Just couldn't get his body, his hips and shoulders across that Fulham defender to enable him to get the shot off. Goalkeeper ended up smothering, but positive signs again.
Good response from Everton since conceding the goal. Yeah,
spoke about making sure that they keep that initiative, and that's certainly what they've done with moving the ball now in possession, but also they've had a threat towards goal.
Reece Welsh, good ball, Okoronkwo, heavy touch. Fulham win it back in the centre circle with Javier Ojo, England under-18 international. Devon Tanton takes the throw and gets it back. Jay Williams, Dorian Henry. Once again, Marshall Godo is ahead of him. Once again, Dorian Henry finds Godo. He plays it back in field to Pajaziti. Haven't cleared their lines. Strong challenge though from Arojo. In the end, it spins harmlessly out of play off the feet of Jay Williams, and will be a throw-in for Everton.
Slight lull in the game. It's been quite high tempo, hasn't it? There's been some really good passages of play. Both teams have been going at it. A little bit of a lull in the last few minutes or so.
Yep, it's gone a little bit scrappy. Fulham have lost 2 of their last 3 under-21 league games. Although in fairness, it was Chelsea and Manchester United who defeated them. Their one win in the last 3 was against Crystal Palace, but they are a good academy by tradition. Here's Pajaziti's already got one. He flicks out Godo, and Godo takes it early and hits the side netting, but quick slow again from Fulham.
Yeah, good run, wasn't it? Slide pass down the side. Good defending though by Reece Welsh, managed to keep him on the outside. Narrowed the angle towards goal. He couldn't shoot across the goalkeeper, only allowed him to shoot at the near post, which the goalkeeper had covered, and he misses into the side netting. So was in control, although that was a dangerous situation.
Okoronkwo, lovely turn from Okoronkwo. Where he goes down this right hand side, that'll be a free kick, will it? Must be. Well, Javier Rojo saying he got the ball, and he did get the ball eventually, but I think he got Okoronkwo first.
Yeah, once he took his standing leg, great turn, wasn't it? And got away from him, got a half a yard clear, and got dragged down. But good front play that.
He's got really good feet and really good skillful touches for a big man, Francis Okoronkwo. Here we go. This is a good angle for it. It's a foul all day long. Now then, Owen Barker. He's got really good delivery with his left foot. Welsh gets a flick on. Eli Campbell's there with another header. Peels for handball. Well, Eli Campbell seemed pretty convinced. Couldn't really tell from our commentary position here at Hague Avenue.
Got free round the back post, and then flick on at the near post. Gets free round the back. Be interesting to see that one again.
Where are we tomorrow, Charlie? We're at Rochdale tomorrow.
Carlisle at home tomorrow, so
it'll be a tough game.
Yeah, big game. We went to watch them on Tuesday night. Carlisle, they beat Hartlepool, so tough test for us. But we've been playing okay recently. We just quite haven't got the results that we've deserved. A couple of sendings off last Saturday, which probably cost us the game that we were in control of at half time up until the sendings off. So disappointing result last week. So looking for the lads to bounce back tomorrow.
Can't legislate for that as a coach, can you? You can go through everything to the nth degree, but if two of your players lose their heads, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
You set the team. You set the team up. We've got a good group, a good set of lads, and a couple of additions have come in this week to hopefully help us. And as you say, we've been in nearly every game we've played. We were playing well last Saturday up until we go down to 10 men. So we need to remain positive and make sure that we're on the front foot at home tomorrow with Carlisle.
Up against Morgan Feeney at Carlisle United, of course, these days, the former skipper of the Everton under-21s.
It's great to see. I was speaking to a couple of staff earlier before the game, and I obviously know Morgan from coming through the academy here, and we played them earlier on in the season. I thought Morgan looked a little bit lost and was a little bit frail, and hadn't quite adapted to the hustle and bustle of League Two football, but he's really developed this season. I thought he played really well for Carlisle on Tuesday, and it's nice to see these young Blues out there earning their trade.
Sonny Hilton isn't going to catch that. Eli Campbell sees it out. In fact, Sonny Hilton didn't need to catch it because it's going to be a corner as we approach the half-hour mark for Fulham. One apiece. Katia Kiarte with a lovely early finish from the left-hand side of the penalty area that gave Everton the lead. Adrian Pajaziti picking up a second ball inside the penalty area to clip it crisply past the goalkeeper to bring Fulham level. It's a low corner. Kiarte volleys it away. Callum Bates chases it down. Here is Pajaziti. Back it goes to Dibley Diaz. Ball into the penalty area. Samuel Smith didn't really need to win it. Sonny Hilton, 20 years, one of the 21-year-olds. Been on loan at Carlisle United actually this season. Sonny Hilton from Liverpool. There he is, the number 7. Started his career at Tranmere Rovers. Straight down the middle from Zanluk Liban. Dorian Henry. Pajaziti. Dorian Henry again. A positive play by him. Godo. Dibley Diaz to Dorian Henry. It's patient from Fulham. Carl John tries to clear his lines but can't do so. Does better the second time around and wins a goal kick for Everton. one of the players that probably would like to have gone out on loan, Kyle John. He's been around the under-21 scene for a few years now. And physically, he looks ready, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's the next step for the likes of Kyle John, isn't it? Mackenzie Hunt also, and one or two others. It's as I say, we've seen one or two go out already. Tyler Onyango goes and joins Big Dunk, I see today at Forest Green, and it's great for these players to get out. And there's still a few days of the window left until Tuesday, so you never know. So they might get an opportunity to go out and play some games within the league pyramid. The likes of Kyle John, Mackenzie Hunt, and one or two more.
Duncan Ferguson undoubtedly will have been rather more pleased to see Tyler Onyango than he was to see that vegan burger on Sky earlier today. The big man did not look impressed. I'm not sure many Glaswegians are vegans, are they?
I don't think he was expecting that, do you?
No, by the look on his face, no. But of course, it goes without saying that we wish Duncan Ferguson all the best in the world as he embarks on his managerial career with Forest Green Rovers. They've got Shrewsbury at the New Meadow this weekend, and I know that already dozens and dozens of Evertonians are going to the game.
I'd love to see him do well. He's a real great guy. He's really good to us younger players as well. When we were coming up through the academy and made our way into the first team, he really helped out, and it'd be great to see him, and also Tony Grant, who's gone there with him to do a good job. And as he told us, Darren, the climate is getting hotter.
The air's warming up.
That's it. The air's warming up.
As strange a press conference as Duncan Ferguson's ever likely to do. 33 minutes gone here.
He was certainly the smartest dressed man in the room, anyway.
Well, without a and will continue to be so. That'll be a free kick. Sonny Hilton, but over exuberant, trying to win the ball from Mackenzie Hunt. And the game just hasn't found its feet again after that little sloppy period, has it?
Yeah, it's just taken a bit of a lull, hasn't it? I think Fulham have just forced Everton back a little bit. A bit more space in midfield for Fulham, and no one's really managed to get a control of the game in this last 10 minutes, have they?
Fulham have possession. They might now. Godo. Charlie Robinson. Sonny Hilton has to go back to Javier Rajo. Pajaziti. Kyle John wins it back for Everton. Pajaziti tidies up.
He's a good player, isn't he, Pajaziti?
Looks a tidy player.
Tidy on the football,
So's Owen Barker. And Matty Apter. He just helps it on to Mackenzie Hunt. It's another name I want you to stay away from.
I nearly said earlier
after your faux pas.
I can't say Mackenzie Hunt, never mind Pajaziti. One name you do not want to get wrong when co-commentating.
I think you got away with it. Here's Callum Bates. A little bit of space for Callum Bates. Fizzes it into Barker. Lovely skill from Owen Barker. Is he going to skip all the way through? No. A good bit of confident play there by Owen Barker. Campbell plays it all the way back to Zan-Luc Liban.
Better on the front foot, Everton. When they get that press on, you've seen Kyle John just snap into that tackle before. When they get on the front foot and they get around these Fulham players and upset them and get a little bit tighter, I think that's one more so what Keith would like to see in the middle of the pitch. But also, I think just puts these Fulham players under pressure and helps Everton get a better foothold in the game. When they sit off and let them play, these Fulham players all of a sudden look good players.
Samuel Smith back to Zan-Luc Liban. Has to hurry the clearance. Headed forward by Jay Williams, but Callum Bates is there again.
Smooths it out well, Callum Bates. I've been impressed with him. When he's bouncing up and the ball's bouncing around, he often likes to put his foot on and get Everton playing.
Great play from Okoronkwo again. Superb centre forward play by the big man. Good hold up play, good ball as well to Mackenzie Hunt. Katia Kayate. Okoronkwo back in his usual position, centre forward. Low cross, cleared away by Robinson. Brilliant centre forward play that was.
Turns well with it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Uses his body well, shields the ball, managed to get it turned off, and good ball out wide.
Callum Bates again, nice and tidy. And Eli Campbell plays it all the way back to Zan-Luc Liban. We've got just over 8 minutes to go, plus added time at the end of this first half. Everton took the lead through Katia Kiyate. Adrian Pajaziti levelled for Fulham. More good play by Okoronkwo.
Great outlet for Everton to have as well, isn't it? When Fulham stand right on Everton, there's no way we can really play out from the back with the amount of Fulham players. They do it again now, 5 players going up front. To be able to play it in off the front and find passes and play out a different way is a great outlet for Everton.
Callum Bates has possession, has a look up, looks for Mackenzie Hunt, finds him. Heavy touch though from the left back, but he does well to recover. Matty Apter goes in strongly with Matt Dibley-Diaz. It was a 50-50, they both went in for it. Okoronkwo's inside the penalty area meanwhile for Everton. Dibley-Diaz is still on the floor. We heard the scream as he went down. There was certainly no fault attached to Matty Apter. Callum Bates will have a go for goal here. Good shot, good save by Alex Borto. But meanwhile, near the halfway line, Matt Dibley-Diaz, the 19-year-old Fulham midfield player, looks to be in some discomfort. It was a 50-50 ball, but just watch this effort here from Callum Bates, Chaddy.
I loved every passage of that play. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic tackle by Apter in the middle of the pitch. 50-50, fair as you like, straight against the football. Good pass forward, cross comes in, and what a volley that was from the edge of the box, and what a goal that would have been in terms of all round and every facet of the game within one passage of play there.
Well, that just shows the confidence that Callum Bates has got, doesn't it, to have a crack from there on the volley. There's the challenge. Nothing wrong with that, was there?
Straight out the Keith Southern book of tackling that one down, middle of the pitch.
No quarter asked, no given. We obviously hope that that's just one for Matt Dibley-Diaz that stings and hurts like hell for a minute or so and very quickly settles down.
It's part of the game though, Darren, isn't it? And I think we can't go away from that. I don't think it's as big a part of the game as it once was, without doubt about that, but we need to make sure that we don't take that sort of tackle out of the game. I think the fans at Goodison Park or up and down the country want to see that. We don't want to see players get injured, but we can't take tackling out the game. That was a superb tackle and set Everton up on the attack.
It is a skill, isn't it? It is an art to tackle properly and tackle well. Yeah,
most definitely, and it's difficult for young players to get right, because certainly nowadays if they do mistime it or they do get it wrong, then it may result in being sent from the field of play. But it's an important part, certainly, of the English game, the British game. I think that's what fans like to see. They like to see that competitive edge still is a massive part of our game, and certainly, as I say, at the likes of Goodison Park in Saturdays to come, the Goodison faithful will be looking for challenges like that and more to be made.
A crunching challenge at Goodison Park gets as much applause and cheer as a goal at times, doesn't it? They love it.
It's what the club stands for. It's what the people stand for, and you have to demand 100%. You have to demand that passion, that drive, and that commitment. And it's nice to see that flowing through into this under-21 side with challenges, fair challenges such as that one.
Yep. Well, Matt Dibley-Diaz, thankfully, has managed to get himself over to the far side. Looks like he will be okay to continue. And, by the way, credit to Alex Borto in the Fulham goal, because it was a good save at full stretch.
Great volley, wasn't it? And good, and real good save.
Hopefully that'll spark the game back into life, because it needed something like that, didn't it? Just to reignite it.
Andy Holden wouldn't have let us scream like that and come back onto the pitch 30 seconds later, Darren, I tell you. We heard the squeal from here, didn't we?
Katia Kiyate, chance. Oh, he's put it wide. Came at him quickly, didn't it? He wasn't expecting it.
Just gone out the game a little bit, Katia, hasn't it? We spoke about keeping his focus and making sure that he's ready. He's ready to take a chance when it comes his way. He was ready at the start of the game, 2 minutes in with that great finish, and needs to make sure that he keeps himself involved in the game, keeps himself ready to take a chance that comes his way. I think that one just caught him by surprise a little bit, like you say.
High one from Reece Welsh. Okoronkwo's underneath it, headed away by Arajo. Good little flicked pass on the volley by Dibley-Diaz. Wide on this left-hand side is Godo. Cross comes Reece Welsh to try and snuff out the danger. Godo. A couple of little step overs, trying to get him round the back. Dorio Henry offers an outlet. Right back picks it up, sweeps it into the penalty area. And Ishi Samuel-Smith clears his lines, but Fulham keep the pressure on. Sonny Hilton. This time it's Owen Barker that puts the challenge in. Again, Fulham get the second ball. Pajaziti, McFarlane, back to Pajaziti again. Misses out Hilton and finds Tanton. Foot in from Mackenzie Smith. Mackenzie Hunt rather. Fulham still have possession. Good pressing from Everton.
Yeah,
no way through for Fulham.
Getting them back up the pitch. Great work from Mackenzie on that far side. Look organised behind the ball, Everton, don't they?
Yes, yeah. Scott Phelan is on parade tonight. Keith Southern is the under-21 manager as Paul Tate continues to work with the first team. And Scott Phelan, who's been coaching for a number of years at the academy and is a former Everton reserve player himself, is alongside Keith Southern tonight.
Yeah, like we were mentioning before the game, it's great for Scott, isn't it? Come up to work with Keith tonight, and like you say, playing his trade with the younger age groups, but great for him to get an opportunity to step up and assist Keith, as it is for Keith to lead the team and for Tatey to lead the first team training. So brilliant for the academy staff here at Everton.
This is Samuel Smith. A couple of minutes to go. Owen Barker. Good ball. Kyle John. Scored the first Everton goal against Brighton. Tried to return the favour and give the ball back to Owen Barker. Okoronkwo's shot is blocked, so was Kyle John's. It's all a little bit frantic on the edge of the Fulham penalty area. Just wouldn't break, would it?
No, a couple of shots at goal just got blocked, didn't they? Nice to see Kyle John in them advanced positions looking to get shots at goal. Been better to come back into the game a little bit more this last 5 minutes.
Overall, Keith Sutton will be reasonably satisfied, won't he, with the first half performance?
I think so, yeah. I think they had a brilliant start to the game, didn't they? I think he'll want more of the same of that going into the second half. And goal come from nowhere, really, didn't it? Just took the sting out of Everton's performance, but we managed to regain the initiative, and I think Keith will be looking for more of the same going into the second half and start that half like they did the first one.
Another good tackle there from an Everton player, Callum Bates, on that occasion. And as we enter the 45th minute, it's all down to the fourth official over on the far side as to how long they will continue to play for. Dibley Diaz showing no after effects of the strong challenge from Matty Apter. Here's Reece Welch for Everton. Can we put a final closing sting in the tail here at the end of the first half? It's a great run by Katia Kiyate. It's a great ball as well by Kyle John. Now, is there a finish from Katia Kiyate? The shot's blocked. It reaches Mackenzie Hunt. Heavy first touch. Back to Okoronkwo. Good turn by Okoronkwo. His shot's blocked as well, and it's hammered to safety. But again, a good passage of play. A clever run by Kiyate. Very, very well found by Kyle John.
Great movement, wasn't it? Just ran flat along that back line and then managed to get slidden in behind, and great movement by Katia. Supported the attack as well. Mackenzie Hunt on that far side, ball fell to him. Nearly got a shot away, ball just broke away from him.
Had some shots blocked in the last few minutes, haven't we?
Yeah, good play though. Couple of shots going in at goal. Runs in behind, ball slid down the sides. Finishing the half as well as they've started it.
Well, the doc and the physio are just on the pitch to speak to Eli Campbell. Clash of heads with Callum McFarlane. But Callum McFarlane looks okay to continue, but I think Eli Campbell's going to... is he going to walk off from the far side, or is he going to carry on? Didn't quite see the clash of heads.
Equipped themselves well, the younger players, Darren, haven't they, in this Everton side. Look at Apter and Bates and Smith, and they've really settled into this level of football really well. And as you say, as I said before, you wouldn't see there's an age gap between the two sides, and that's a positive for Keith to build on at half time also.
Eli Campbell's had to go off because he was treated by the physio. Fulham have possession with Charlie Robinson. Cleared away by Samuel Smith. 3 minutes of added time. At the end of this first half, one apiece. Not much to choose between the two sides. And actually, Dibley Diaz is going off here. He hasn't quite recovered as well as we thought he had from the challenge from Matty Apter before.
I'm amazed they've not tried to get to half time and just assess him at the half time break, but must be feeling like he can't continue.
On comes Oliver Sanderson. You don't often see a player substituted through injury in stoppage time, do you, as you say?
You would have thought they'd have got to half time, took them into the changing rooms and assessed it from there, but we probably don't know the exact details up here, the opposite side of the pitch does.
2 minutes of the 3 have elapsed. Oliver Sanderson, another player who scored for Fulham at Goodison Park last season, is on as a substitute. Led away by Kyle John. Pajaziti flicks it cleverly towards Godo. Another foot in from Kyle John. That comes off Godo, and that'll be a throw in for Everton on this near side, if there's time to take it. That looked a foul, and it was. Marshall Godo just mistimed his challenge, nothing malicious. It was a hospital ball from Okoronkwo to Kyle John, wasn't it?
Yeah, not the step back he wanted right in half time, but managed to get his foot there, and just got caught. In no rush here, Everton, really. I think they're happy to get to half time at 1-1.
Reece Welsh straight down the middle towards Okoronkwo, headed away by Robinson, picked up by Pajaziti. He's so composed on the ball, doesn't he? The Albanian under-21 international. He's also played youth football for Kosovo, but I think he's nailed his colours to the Albanian mast. And he looks a nice little player.
I think with players like that, good technical players, you can't give them time on the ball. And when Everton have had good spells in the game, they've been tenacious in that press, haven't they? I think when Fulham had their spell, they just sat off them ever so slightly, give them the extra half a yard for players who've good technical ability to able to hurt them a little bit more. But I'm sure Keith at half time will be looking for them to stay on that press, stay nice and tight to these Fulham players and keep the initiative in the game.
Well, there you go, right on cue. The referee blows the half-time whistle. Katia Kiyate gave the Toffees a very early lead with a lovely finish, but Adrian Pajaziti levelled for the Cottagers, and that's why at half-time here at Hague Avenue in Southport, it's Everton 1, Fulham 1. Welcome back to Hague Avenue, where this Premier League 2 clash between Everton and Fulham is finally poised. Einar Iversen is about to come on for Everton. Just trying to see who's gone off. I think it's young Callum Bates, who's gone off.
Yeah, which is a shame for Callum, isn't it? He had a good first half, tidied up the play well, smoothed the play out, managed to get his foot on and get Everton playing. So disappointing if it's through injury.
Yeah, hopefully that's just a case of we need to give Einar Iversen another 45 minutes. He's been out for a long time through injury, of course, prior to this season. Einar Iversen just getting back to full fitness now, so hopefully it's nothing more than Callum Bates was told beforehand, you do 45 and Einar can do 45 as well.
Yeah, with the injury and Iversen coming back from injury, that actually makes more sense, doesn't it, thinking about it again?
Yeah.
Plan 45 minutes in terms of his return to action.
But it is a shame because I was enjoying watching Callum Bates.
Yeah, he's made a good impression, hasn't he? And as I say, tidy on the ball and got Everton playing.
Apter curls it forward. Mackenzie Hunt picks it up, leaves it for Katia Kuyate. Well, Everton were out of the traps really quickly in the first half. That's not a bad ball in that from Mackenzie Hunt. It deserved somebody in there attacking it. Carl John plays it back to Reece Welch, back into the penalty area, volleyed away by Harvey Araju. And I think Keith Sutton will be a little bit disappointed there was nobody on the end of that. Yeah,
Katia Kuyate found himself out wide, didn't he? Laid the ball into Mackenzie Hunt. Gorgeous delivery. He's got really good delivery on that left foot, Mackenzie Hunt. And because Katia had popped it off on this near side, there was one short in the box, but that cross deserved more because it was a lovely delivery into the box.
You'd like one of them yourself, wouldn't you, in your heyday?
Yeah, in my heyday I'd gone on to the end of it. Not now, Darren, unfortunately.
Throw in for Fulham, one apiece. This game could go either way. Both sides will remain where they are in the table on 23 points if it stays level. Everton, Fulham and Liverpool all on 22 points. Chelsea, by the way, are leading the way in Premier League 2 from Manchester City in second place, and Crystal Palace are currently third. Good bit of ingenuity there from Eli Campbell, and a clever header inside by Owen Barker, picked up by Matty Apter. He helps it on to Mackenzie Hunt, back to Rishi Samuel-Smith, to Kuyate. Now then, Katia Kuyate drifted out of the game a little bit in the first half, takes on the full-back, manages to try and retain possession as he won a corner kick. No, he hasn't. The ball's out of place, says the linesman on the far side. Just ran out of room there, didn't he? Just ran out of room,
unfortunate. Made me smile over the far side of the pitch there, Steve Wigley. You can just hear him yelling at the top of his voice that well-known coaching phrase, head it, every time the ball goes into the area. And
head it and kick it.
Something again that we spoke about the tackling, but the heading it side of the game with the way the game's played now is probably less frequent. The amount of coaches and managers and assistant managers I speak to now who just want to find a number 5 who can do just that, head it.
If it's in the ball, if it's in the air, head it. If it's on the ground, kick it. If it's not near our box, the opposition are unlikely to score. Dave Watson used to say, the ball's in the crowd, the opposition can't score. There's Eli Campbell doing just that, booting the ball into the empty terracing rather than into the crowd. Tanton, Sanderson, Hilton I think has just about managed to keep that in. There's Jay Williams, little clip ball forward, dealt with by Samuel-Smith. Eli Campbell will not thank Matty Apter for that back pass, and
dealt with it well, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Got a brother, Matty Apter, who's doing really well at Blackpool.
Yeah.
Rob Apter, yep.
Older or younger?
Older brother. He'd been out on loan a couple of times, and Chester, Scarborough, and just forcing his way into the Blackpool side. So talented family, no doubt.
Hunt. Samuel-Smith. Another confident young boy, as is Owen Barker.
Got everything, hasn't he? Samuel-Smith, tall, left-footed, quick. Real exciting profile for a central defender.
Good skill by Apter, just couldn't find the final pass. Yeah, Issy Samuel-Smith would have been the youngest player in Everton's history had he come off the bench in the League Cup tie at Bournemouth early in the season, but as all Evertonians know, it was no night to throw a 16-year-old player out there.
Yeah, and
that's a shame,
that's
because I'm sure he was in the squad to give him a game.
Yeah, he'd have been excited, wouldn't he? But it is important that when you go into the first team environment, it is at the right time, and that's a real challenge for the young players at this moment in time, isn't it? They've been able to desperate for an opportunity, but at times, and certainly I think now is one of them, it's probably more wise to give them older heads and experienced heads a game, and certainly in the defensive areas, I think you might chuck a young one in the attacking line who might get a goal or two. A bit like when David Moyes first came into Everton and I managed to get myself a game or two. I think you play with no fear and try and get the end of one or two things and create a name for yourself. But in the back line, I think a bit more responsibility. It's difficult to put younger lads in the current environment.
Sonny Hilton takes the free kick, hangs it towards the back stick. Everton leave it, and Francis Okoronkwo smashes it to safety. Katia Kiarte will chase it down. Not afraid to swap wings, is he? Does well to find Einar Iversen. The Norwegian can't find a royal blue jersey though, and Bajaziti brings it away for Fulham. Kyle John though sticks to his task and just takes it off him, and then Kyle John shrugs off another challenge and then plays a great ball. Super play from Kyle John again. Mackenzie Hunt puts the afterburners on down the left hand side, reaches the penalty area, cuts inside. Can he find Owen Barker on the edge of the penalty area, trying to cut half a yard for a shot that isn't half a yard? Mackenzie Hunt picks it up for Everton. Can he get the ball inside the penalty area? Twisting and turning, the two Fulham defenders will have twisted blood, but in the end Fulham deal with it quite well.
Just wanted it back on his left foot, didn't he?
Yeah.
Created half a yard on his right foot. Mackenzie Hunt could have just put the ball into the box, but turned it down.
Didn't make the best of that, did we?
No, it was a good opportunity. Great play by Kyle John, wasn't it? Tenacious in the tackle again. Switched the play, one wing back out to the other. Got down the left and just couldn't quite get that ball into the box.
It all ends with a foul given away by Everton. Here's Samuel Smith. Apter.
Nice composed play again by Samuel Smith on this near side.
We played against the youngest ever Everton first team player last week. Thierry Small was in the Southampton lineup, the under-21 lineup down at the Southampton Academy. And here at Southport it's still one apiece, and we're just waiting for the second half to settle down and take shape. It's not a good ball by Apter. Dorian Henry clears his lines to Godo. Good play by McFarlane. Devon Tanton. Hilton. Tanton again. To spell on loan with Walton and Hersham last season in the Isthmian League. Did Devon Tanton. But that's a wake-up call, going on loan to a non-league side, Shaddy.
Bit of wool on his back, Darren.
Yeah, welcome to the real world.
Not sure the game would have looked as similar to this one at Fulham and Hampshire. No,
Walton and Hersham.
There you go. That's what I said.
It's Godo down the far side, but Kyle John just ushers the ball out of play. He's done well tonight, Kyle John, hasn't he?
Really well. I've been impressed with him. Yeah, captain of the side and looked a senior figure within the ranks, hasn't he?
He looks like somebody who could take league football into his slipstream, doesn't he, and not be fazed by it, either mentally or physically.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now then, Mackenzie Hunt's got a little bit of green grass in front of him. Carries the ball forward for Everton. Katia Kiarte makes a run. Owen Barker makes a run down the right-hand side. Little layoff to Okoronkwo. He'll drive forward, no danger. Okoronkwo, little chip ball to Owen Barker. Tries to get it under control, just doesn't manage it. And Fulham once again can tidy up. But Everton are asking more questions than Fulham, Chaddy.
Yeah, just need to tidy up in that final third. A couple of wasted opportunities, and as you say, regaining the initiative on the front foot, looking after the ball a little bit better, sort of defensive to mid-third. Just in that final third, just need to take care with that extra pass or that extra cross, whatever it may be. Just take care with that.
Nice skill by Anna Everson. There's nothing in the Fulham ranks to frighten Everton, is that we can go at them here and take 3 points.
Most definitely, yeah.
Zanlot Liban to Elijah Campbell. Samuel Smith, a little bit sloppy and right on cue. Just need to take a little bit more, as you've just said 20 seconds ago, Chad. We need to take a little bit more care in possession of the ball.
Yeah, because we're not under intense pressure when we've got the ball. Fulham are sort of standing off us and enabling us to be able to play the ball. Just got to move the ball a little bit quicker, a little bit snappier, get rid of them unforced errors, and that should enable us to create a few more opportunities.
Tanton, good challenge by Mackenzie Hunt. Oh, lovely play by Owen Barker. Pulled back, the referee waves an advantage. Owen Barker, they've got to run out of space here, and that was unfortunate. But in the Premier League, that's a yellow card, dragging somebody back who's in full flight. Yeah,
that was great play by Barker, wasn't it? And once he'd beaten once, he'd opened up the space to switch the play and turn back on himself again. Probably overdid it in the end, but had he not been fouled, he was away, wasn't he?
Yes, he was, yeah. But the referee remembers that. Sonny Hilton pushed over by Everson. Pajaziti. Matty Apted in strongly again. Devon Tanton picks it up again for Fulham. That cannons off Mackenzie Hunt, and Zanlot Liban does well just to save the corner. We've had 10 minutes of the second half. Haven't been 10 great minutes, but Everton slightly in the ascendancy, certainly with regards to possession. Here's Welsh.
Playing higher, the Fulham back line. I'd like to see some balls maybe over the top and through, like we've seen for Katia Kyoto's goal.
Brilliant play this by Okoronkwo. Eventually the strong challenge comes in, and it was Godo with the challenge, and certainly the Everton bench thought it was a foul. Referee stopped play, and I have to say that looked a foul to me, first look.
Did look a foul, didn't it? No, judging by the Everton staff's reaction over on that far side, they certainly thought so as well.
It was super play by Okoronkwo, wasn't it, in the first place? A little bit of skill there. Maybe not.
A little bit reckless, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't in full control, was he? That's for sure. And Mackenzie Hunt certainly didn't like the challenge. Not sure why the referee's speaking to Okoronkwo unless he's explaining to him why he didn't give the free kick.
I think if he's not giving a free kick, just get on with the game.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before, Darren, I think Fulham have just stepped up this back line a couple of yards, and Everton have played in front of the back, in front of Fulham, and not really turned them round and gone in behind them. So they're forcing errors when playing in front. I'd like to see certainly Kiarte just stretch the play, stretch the game in behind, and Everton look to find him perhaps in behind and force this Fulham back line a little bit deeper.
Because they are quick enough, aren't they, Kiarte and Okoronkwo?
Most definitely,
got pace.
I think it's just more the recognition from this Everton side that Fulham are just coming slightly higher in this back line, and is the space now in front to be able to play into feet or in behind. And I think at the minute it's in behind. If Kiarte can make them good runs that he made early on in the first half, then Everton should get some success in finding them.
Throw in for Fulham midway inside the Everton half, as you can see there. Devon Tanton waits and waits, doesn't get a run, so he just throws it forward. Hunt heads it away. Sanderson's forward pass is blocked, and Samuel Smith doesn't stand on ceremony. He just lashes the ball to safety. Nothing wrong with that. Dorian Henry looks for Hilton. Apter. Okoronkwo always second favourite with that one. Javier Ajo sends it back to his goalkeeper. Good closing down though by Okoronkwo.
Yeah, there's that ball in behind I was talking about, and wasn't quite pinpoint in terms of finding the target, but managed to turn the Fulham defence around. Everton come up behind the ball.
The pitch, hasn't it?
You got right up the pitch. It's got to stay the same.
Dorian Henry takes the throw in. Welsh wins the header. That came off a Fulham player, did it? No. Throw in for Fulham. And the Cottagers look as if they're Everton look as if they're about to make a change. Liam Higgins might be poised to come on. Carl John wins the header. There is a shout for this Premier League 2 level to be regionalised, isn't there? Fulham coming up from London to Southport on a Friday night when there's an abundance of clubs in the south that they can play, an abundance of clubs in the north who we can play.
Yeah, but I think when it was created for the so-called elite young players to play against the elite young players, which obviously means travelling up and down the country.
Decent ball in that from Mackenzie Hunt. And it was Owen Barker coming in at the far post. It was all a little bit messy at the end. Decent ball in again from Mackenzie Hunt. If we can get the ball to him, he can cause trouble on this left-hand side.
Yeah, he's got great delivery, Mackenzie, and caused the back line of Fulham all sorts of problems there. Asked questions at the back stick. Maybe could have done better with the finish there, coming in on the far side.
Saw it late, but he will think he could have done better, and it could be his last contribution. Owen Barker. Yep, Owen Barker is making way, and Liam Higgins is coming on.
Looks a nice player though, Owen, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Turns with the ball well, finds himself pockets of space to be able to play and attack and go forward.
They sometimes look easier on the eye, don't they, left footers, if they're good on the ball. Here's Sanderson.
They look easier on the eye, left footers, unless they're kicking it with their right. And then they don't look easy on the eye at all.
There is a downside to it. Throw in for Fulham. Just over an hour gone. Good determined play by Everson. What's the referee flagging for? The linesman on the far side, rather, waving his flag quite frantically there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think there was a pullback maybe that the linesman spotted, but thought it was a good advantage. But maybe we thought there was going to be a free kick because we just sort of slowed the tempo of that attack because it looked dangerous for a split second.
All the plays down that Everton right at the moment. Here's Okoronkwo. I think it needs a goal, doesn't it, to establish some sort of pattern to the game, because there isn't one at the moment.
A lot of the game's been played in the middle of the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either end, there's not much action in terms of defensive or attacking.
Could be now. Higgins trying to burst his way through. Katia Kiyate picks it up for Everton. Mackenzie Hunt, I don't think was expecting that. I think he was expecting the defender to intercept it. It wasn't a good ball from Katia Kiyate. And I think what you said in the first half is ringing true. Katia needs to be involved constantly, does need to have an impact on the game.
Yeah, he's just gone out the game a little bit, hasn't he? And untidy pass, another unforced error in terms of passing to feet. And Everton just need to put 3, 4, 5, 6 passes together.
Yeah.
Regain some control of the game and just tidy the game up.
Colin McFarlane. Oh, took a chance then. Katia Kiyate almost taking
the advantage. Him go a little bit more aggressively and try and make that ball there, Katia.
Good leap by Liam Higgins. Samuel Smith. Hunt back to Samuel Smith again. Matty Apter. Carl John in field to Einar Everson. Looking for Okoronkwo. Javier Rajo whacks the ball out. It'll be a throw in for Everton on the right hand side. 63 minutes on the clock. Everton 1, Fulham 1 here, Premier League 2.
Well, the ball just slid down the side of the centre half, just over the top, causing problems.
Good skill again by Okoronkwo. Good strength as well. Good determination. Couple of little pirouettes in there, and eventually it needed 3 Fulham defenders to hound him out of possession. Sonny Hilton to Arajo. Pachiziti to Doria Henry. Fulham's turn to just keep possession and edge forward. Jay Williams. A lovely little pirouette and turn by Sonny Hilton, but he runs into Einar Iversen. Now that might reach Okoronkwo on the far side. Comes off Okoronkwo and will be a throw-in for Fulham. They do look two evenly matched teams, don't they?
Yeah, most definitely. And plenty of turnovers, isn't there? A little bit scrappy.
Yeah.
No team really getting a hold of the game and getting control of the game.
Too much of it's over on the right hand side. We want to see a bit of action over here. As you say, turnover after turnover, and it's all in the middle third of the field. Now the goalkeeper really had a save to make worthy of the name in this second period. Still one apiece, still anybody's game, still finely balanced. Kyle John again takes it by the scruff of the neck, powers forward, looks for Mackenzie Hunt, picks it up, one touch to steady himself. Decent effort from Mackenzie Hunt, never likely to trouble the goalkeeper, and he's a little bit disappointed with himself that he didn't hit the target. But again, that was all about the tenacity of Kyle John on the right hand side.
Yeah, breaks with aggression well, doesn't he? Like you say, tenaciously, really drives at that back line, slipped a pass to Mackenzie. Mackenzie just doesn't get his touch right here, look, just gets away from him.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't set him up for this shot, and probably lost his opportunity with his first touch there. But good play from Kyle John. Unlike Mackenzie, just to be a little bit loose with that first touch, and manages to skew his shot wide of the goal.
Alex Borto takes the goal kick and finds touch over on the far side, and Steve Wigley throws his arms out and says, "What are you doing?"
Aggressive there, Keith Southern waving his Everton players on the press and really standing on Fulham, daring them, if you like, to play out from the back and forcing the goal to keep it, to kick it long and straight out of play.
The game is here for the taking, Chaddy, isn't it?
Most definitely, yeah. Just up the tempo, cut out the unforced errors, try and gain a little bit more control through possession. As I said before, like to see them keep the ball a little bit longer than what we're doing at the minute. We're just forcing it, but as you say, the game's definitely there for the taking.
Play on, says the referee. From Tanton inside the penalty area, and Sanderson couldn't squeeze it home, and Everton were just caught a little bit napping there. I think
beat too easily.
Thought he was going to get a free kick.
Yeah, this down right in front of us, beat too easily, and got him down that right hand side. Cross come into the box, looked dangerous for a second, but good save by Zackingo.
Corner kick, right hand side. Sonny Hilton will take it. Low one, it's flicked on at the near post. Mackenzie Hunt that time manages to clear his lines just before Harvey Arajo puts in a strong and illegal challenge, and I think Mackenzie felt that one. In a bit of a heap on the floor anyway. Did he get a belt in the mouth there?
Looks that way.
He'll be fine.
Come on, Mackenzie, it's cold on that floor. Get yourself up, lad.
Yeah, it was a flaying arm from Harvey Arajo, so he'd have felt that. He really did cop a whack there. Made a stern stuff. He'll be fine. 68 and a half minutes gone here. Hasn't been a great second half. Still one apiece. Everton came into this game in really good form with terrific away wins at Southampton and Brighton. Two really good under-21 sides. And Everton came out on top on both occasions, despite, on both occasions, falling behind. It's always a good sign of young players who've got the character and the desire, crucially, to come back from being behind in a game, Chaddy.
Yeah, most definitely, and senior players alike. It's we've spoken about it with our own team at Rochdale in terms of finding that character and personality that once you've gone behind or suffered a setback, both within the game or for these younger players within your career, there's plenty of barriers in terms of having to overcome things to get a professional career for yourself, and I think if you can find a way to do that on the pitch, and that holds you in good stead in terms of your career as well, because you're going to have to overcome challenges, you're going to have to overcome disappointments if you're going to be able to break through and make it as a senior professional.
Good play again by Okoronkwo to pick out Samuel Smith. He looks for Apter. Apter uses his body well, gets clipped. Play on, says the referee. Looking for Katia Kiyate, just couldn't find the final pass. Nice play from Doria Henry, and here come Fulham now on the counter, and Campbell has to deal with it.
Great receive that Apter on the half turn. Got right at that back line, just chose the wrong pass for me. Free on the other side of the pitch, but tried to get it to Kiyate, but just couldn't squeeze the pass through. But initially, some great play.
You've got a young side, have you, at Rochdale at the moment, Charlie?
Yeah, we've got some younger players in who we're hopefully trying to progress. We've been very young, certainly in terms of the back line. So
it's a tough playground for young players, isn't it?
It is, and you know, a lot of the players who come out on loan, they're looking to make mistakes, but obviously they're making them on your pitch. So just trying to get that balance right between developing players, developing younger ones, giving people an opportunity, but then also making sure that there's enough experience out on the pitch to be able to help them as well. So I think that fine balance is important at any level of football.
Yeah, it's crucial, isn't it? Here's Reece Welsh for Everton. Kyle John. Okoronkwo, lovely play between those two. Kyle John digs out the cross. It's a great ball in. Okoronkwo just couldn't get there. Well defended by Charlie Robinson, but between them they fashioned an opportunity from nothing there. Excellent play from Kyle
more
John.
Like it, wasn't it? Some great interplay there.
Yeah. Okoronkwo again. Early ball. Kiyate goes for the flick. Real chance. Oh, and it's wide. It was Reece Welsh that was in there. I was just waiting for the net to bulge.
Same. I thought they'd score some great play. Twice down that far side. A couple of 1-2s to get in behind them. Cross comes into the box. We're waiting for the net to ripple, aren't we?
Another great ball in. Eventually reaches Reece Welsh, and you have to say that is an excellent save by the goalkeeper, Alex Borto. It's a corner for Everton.
Some good defending as well as Katia trying to get across the front, and some good defending by the Fulham centre-half.
Okoronkwo central to those little moves as well. Deft touch for a big man. Corner kick Everton. Is this the moment? In it comes from Mackenzie Hunt. Great delivery. Kiyate with the header. Touched over the crossbar again by the goalkeeper. But Everton finally in the second half asking serious questions of the Fulham rearguard. Doesn't get many headers, Katia Kiyate, but he caught that well enough.
Yeah, didn't need to put any power on the header, did he? Vicious ball whipped in by Mackenzie Hunt. Power was all on the ball. Actually got a deflection. Katia steered it towards goal. Deflection, save and over the top, but great ball into the box, and full header from Katia. Was on target, just unfortunate, gets deflected over.
Everton in the ascendancy, very much so here at Hague Avenue. It's starting to get a little bit misty here. Not too far from the sea, of course. Corner kick for Everton. In it comes, curled into the penalty area, headed away. Chance for Ishi Samuel Smith. Mackenzie Hunt tries his luck, and it's deflected wide for a third consecutive corner.
Pressure building, this is better, isn't it? Keeping the ball alive in that box. Shots at goal coming in.
17.5 minutes to go, plus whatever the referee wants to add on. And for the first time in this second half, one of the two sides is really looking dangerous. And thankfully, it's the boys in royal blue, as another corner comes in at pace. Eludes everybody. Nothing wrong with the corner there, Chaddy, was there?
Oh, another one consistent with that delivery, isn't he? Mackenzie.
There's Kyle John. Infield to Liam Higgins. Just gets the ball stuck under his feet, Liam Higgins. Manages to reposition himself. Katia Kiyate tries the little flick. Doesn't really come off. Kyle John's not going to get the loose ball. And it all ends rather tepidly for Everton.
Needed to come into the box from Katia there. Flicked at the wrong time. They crossed good numbers in the box. Cross needed to come in.
Here's Mackenzie Hunt for Everton.
Getting on top here, Everton, Darren.
Yep. Okoronkwo, need to score when you're on top. The old adage, clipped in by Okoronkwo. Headed away, nobody on the edge of the penalty area. And Fulham, in the shape of Adrian Pajaziti, their goal scorer, can bring it away. But Everton looking far the more likely. Devon Tanter. Pajaziti again.
Plays with that grace of a good player, doesn't he, Pajaziti?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Carries himself well on the pitch.
Yeah.
Floats through the game, doesn't he? Nice technician.
Good player. Have you liked the look of Okoronkwo tonight?
I have, yeah, I have. I think he's been big, strong. I think he's held the ball up well. I think he's looked to get turns off. Tidy, like you say, soft feet. Ball comes into him, it normally retains possession. Like to have seen him get a couple more shots at goal and be a bit more of a goal threat. But I think he can be happy with his night's work so far. And we're still 15 minutes to play, and it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if he got the winner.
Sonny Hilton, that's a very good save by Zanluk Liban. It was good improvisation from the Scouser, Sonny Hilton. He turned and tried to loft the ball over the goalkeeper, and Zanluk Liban had to be alert. Here's the replay, Chaddy.
One ball, wasn't it, straight over the back line, and did well Hilton for Fulham, and nearly got it over the top of Zach, but just managed to stick his left hand out. A little bit unorthodox, but got the job done.
Needs will as needs must. Corner kick to defend now for Everton. Again, a lot of players surrounding the Everton goalkeeper, and it's actually headed away by Charlie Robinson, the Fulham centre-half there. Done our job for us. Probably tried to flick it on and got far too much on it. He's a blue. He must be. Into the channel. Nobody there. Mackenzie Hunt picks it up for Everton. Everson. Got ourselves in a bit of a tangle there.
Yeah. Great good attack or two from Fulham, wasn't it?
Arajo. Majaziti. Sanderson. Godo overhits the pass back towards Oliver Sanderson, and it'll be a throw in for Everton. And with 14 minutes to go, where is the winning goal come from? I just hope we don't take our foot off the gas, because having got real stranglehold in the game, we need to try and force it now.
Yeah, I was talking then about Everton going on to win the game, and in a blink of an eye Fulham have a chance at our goal. So it is still finely balanced. I think they have got on top Everton this last 10-15 minutes, but need to make sure that they keep a stranglehold of the game.
Inside the centre circle with Luciano Doria-Henry. Wants a runner. You can hear him shouting who wants it. Back it goes to Tanton. And Jay Williams plays it back again. Again, good pressing that from Everton.
Great pressure and organisation, forcing them all the way back, Fulham to the goalkeeper.
Here they come again. Callum McFarlane makes a forward run. Doria-Henry takes on Higgins and beats him. Tanton does really well to dig out the cross. Carl John got a touch on it, and Pajaziti's shot takes a deflection across the face of the goal. Could have gone anywhere, and it's gone out for a corner. And we rode our luck there, didn't we?
We certainly did, and ball down the right hand side, and when it fell to Pajaziti, you thought that might have been a goal. With his technical ability, already scored one goal on the night.
This is a great ball, isn't it?
Yeah, just clipped up, stood up to the back post. Gets run underneath the ball, Carl John. Good block though, filled the middle of the goal well.
Another substitution for Fulham. Callum McFarlane is off. And here comes Terry Ablade. 21 years of age, got a bit of experience about him. Born in Ghana, joined Fulham from FC Jazz in Finland. There you go. Corner kick. Terry Ablade makes his way into the penalty area. Again, the corner kick is drilled. It's dealt with by Reece Welsh. Katia Kayate felt he was pulled, and he certainly got his shirt tugged, that's for sure. Here's Carl John again, looking for the run of Higgins. Good body strength from Liam Higgins. Good control as well. Good play by Higgins. Francis Okoronkwo towards Katia Kayate. Jay Williams just gets ahead on it, but Okoronkwo can recycle it across the face of the goal. Takes a deflection, and unfortunately for Okoronkwo, doesn't go out for a corner. But a good counter-attack.
Yeah, did well there. Higgins strong, wasn't he? Probably was 60-40 not in favour to win that, but managed to come away with the ball and set that attack up. But unfortunately, again, just that final pass.
Samuel Smith loses the ball. And here's Sonny Hilton. You get the impression that there's a goal in this game.
Coming a little bit stretched, yeah. Coming a little bit stretched, isn't it, the game?
Godo's cross though There's a simple catch for Zan Lukliban. It finished at Motspur Park back in September on the most dreadful night. Myself and Graham Stewart saturated at the Fulham training ground. But Everton have given a far better account of themselves this evening. Now then, there's one for Katia Kiyota to chase, but it just goes out of play on the far side. Matty Mallon and Isaac Heath are the two outfield players that haven't as yet entered the fray for Everton. Jack Barrett is the substitute goalkeeper for Everton. 10 minutes to go. No real need to change it, Chaddy, is there, at the moment, wouldn't have thought?
I wouldn't have thought so unless there's any more planned substitutions, but with only 10 minutes to go, I wouldn't have thought that would be the case. They've offered some threat, Everton. I think they look better when they've gone on the front foot, when they've tried to get after this Fulham team, but the game's just petered out slightly, certainly in terms of this second half in comparison to the first half. I don't think we've seen the same sort of tenacity in the press and same
just
aggression.
That 5 minutes, wasn't there? 5 minutes of Everton pressing,
and I think it's become a little bit bitty, hasn't it, at times, and we've probably seen less quality in the final third than from both teams, to be fair, than what we did in the first half.
Everton are missing a real goal threat at the moment. Tom Cannon, of course, is on loan at Preston North End. Stanley Mills and Isaac Price spending more time with the first team than the 21s, and between those three they've scored 23 goals for the under-21s this season, so they're always going to be a miss, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely, and as we said at the start of the game, that's what this age group is all about. It's about the development of younger players and younger pros into the first team ranks or out on loan, as in Tom Cannon's case.
Actually 33 goals, I stand corrected, it's even worse. Shorn of 33 goals, you're going to miss them, that's for sure. Kiyota and Higgins too close to each other. Go back to the goalkeeper again, Alex Borto.
Better from Everton. I like it when Mackenzie Hunt just really steps onto the fullback from Fulham, and then you get the slide across from the centre halves. Just manages, just gets more pressure on the back line of Fulham. They force them to go longer, and unfortunately not to regain the ball. Everton just sliced out for a throw-in, but on that front foot, putting these Fulham players under pressure.
There he is
Another
again.
example,
Mackenzie Hunt again. Pajaziti to Godo. It should be Reece Welch's, and it is. Nods it down for Einar Everson. Higgins, was he fouled? Yes, he was, says the referee.
Well organised, the back line from Everton. Come up when there's pressure on the ball. They start to come up as soon as there's a release of the pressure and there's time on the ball for the Fulham player. They just drop and that ball goes over the top, and Reece Welch is there to head. So good intelligence in terms of their positional play for the back line for these Everton defenders.
Where's the winning goal coming from? 7 minutes to go here at Hague Avenue. Chipped forward by Reece Welch, dealt with by Jaro. Higgins tries to keep it in and inadvertently knocks it out. And Rajo will take the free throw in. Charlie Robinson back to his goalkeeper. Sonny Hilton. Williams to Pajaziti. Well seen and well dealt with by Mackenzie Hunt and by Ishi Samuel Smith. Katia Kiyota. Nice bit of skill, but didn't really have the time and space to follow it up.
Wrong area that for Katia. He's got to retain the ball, a bit loose in possession. So right on the edge of the box, but not in that middle of the pitch.
Godo gets a cross in. Welsh sticks the leg out. Headed away by Everson. Picked up by Jay Williams. Pajaziti. Looks so laid back, Katia Kiarte, doesn't he? Nearly horizontal, isn't he? Never looks flustered.
Just come off the pressure a little bit at Fulham, enjoying a little bit of possession, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a shame because we just had it by the scruff of the neck momentarily, didn't we?
Yeah.
Dorian Henry again. Comes off Samuel Smith. Terry Ablade will just let the ball drift out of play. Devon Tanton will take it. It's a great reverse ball. Tanton inside the penalty area. Well defended by Eli Campbell, but a lovely bit of football from Fulham. It was Jay Williams who clipped a nice little reverse pass in behind the Everton defence, and it needed dealing with.
Lovely football by Fulham, wasn't it? Mackenzie Hunt just gets caught a bit square, allows the ball to go down his inside shoulder. Great defending of the near post by Elijah Campbell, as you're saying. Just that was a certain goal had that been flashed across the front of the goal with the oncoming striker.
Sonny Hilton takes the corner kick straight into the arms of Zanluk Liban. Can Everton counter? And gets more height on it than I think he would have liked.
I think he wound it up for about 5 seconds then.
Yeah. Terry Ablade, experienced player, standing right in front of the goalkeeper. Carl John, nice ball. Higgins, Liam Higgins picks it up for Everton. He's dispossessed though by Sonny Hilton. And Hilton plays the ball in behind the Everton defence, but Zanluk Liban saw that coming a mile off and hacks the ball into the stand. Well, we thought there was going to be a goal, but I'm not so sure now, Chaddy. I think this has got 1-1 written all over it.
Yeah, if anything, I think Fulham have just upped it a little bit, haven't they? They've started to just get on the ball and pass it a little bit better than us in this last 5 minutes or so. Just been too many unforced errors, not been able to get any flow to the performance in the second half, certainly in possession. The work rate and the endeavour's been there, but just lacked that little bit of quality on that extra pass.
Rajo towards the edge of the penalty area. Sanderson almost got there. Everson finds Katia Kiarte.
Better from Katia.
Yeah.
Retains it better.
Brings Mackenzie Hunt into play, who plays it back to Ishi Samuel Smith. Bit of space for Reece Welsh. 3 minutes plus added time to go, one apiece. And is the pendulum about to swing Everton's way, because Liam Higgins has got space for a cross. In it comes, and Okoronkwo was waiting. Mackenzie Hunt, edge of the penalty area, just wouldn't fall for him, and that was unfortunate. Okoronkwo was just ready to nod that goal, wasn't he? And it was well defended by Charlie Robinson.
Yeah, it was a good move down the right hand side, wasn't it? Good ball in as well, defended quite well. Would have been nice to see a midfield player really working hard to break the box as well, and just add another body into the box for Fulham to have to defend when we made that attack down the right hand side, and we got free down the right hand side. Get another forced error, giving the ball away.
Pajaziti. Dorian Henry. Pajaziti again. Rajo gives it straight to Okoronkwo. Steve Wigley will be livid if this ends up in the back of the net, but it's not a good ball by Okoronkwo. But Katia Kiarte does really. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that at all.
He done well, Katia. I thought he kept that in. I thought we're on the break.
I'd like to see that again.
It was a little bit loose, wasn't it? But I think it was well in when Katia received it.
Katia Kiarte was well off the pitch, but I don't think the ball was.
They called the linesman down this near side.
Yeah, just wants to get involved. Yeah, he knows he's on the telly. Approaching the 90th minute of the game. It's been nip and tuck in the second half. It's been a war of attrition rather than one of all-out attack, and neither side really has done enough to merit all 3 points, and I think Steve Wigley and Keith Southern will shake hands very shortly and say fair result.
Yeah, I think so. There's been a lack of goalmouth action, hasn't there, in the second half. Neither team really have done enough to go on and win the game. Great start from Everton initially, wasn't it? Fulham managed to get the goal back and probably got themselves back into the game in terms of their play in this second half without ever really threatening the goal. But likewise, Everton, 1 or 2 good crosses into the box, but nothing really where we could think would really deserve to win the game.
Reece Welsh volleys the ball into the air. Mackenzie Hunt gets it under control. Einar Iversen has it for Everton. There will be a couple of minutes of added time, I'm sure. Is Samuel Smith infield to Okoronkwo. Good first touch by Okoronkwo. Oh, I thought he was going to release Katia Kiarte down the left-hand side there. Maybe you should have done, Chaddy.
Lovely first touch, wasn't it? Faced up the back line. Like you say, could have released it, took the extra touch. Again,
3 minutes of added time. It's all about decision making at times, isn't it? And these are young boys. We tend to forget that at times.
Yeah, you can see the technical abilities there, isn't it? The passing, the receiving is there. It's just like you say, probably making the wrong decision in times, risking the ball by playing a riskier pass as opposed to a safer one at times.
Higgins, that's a great ball to Kyle John. He's going to get there before the keeper as well. Keeper spread himself well. It's a corner kick for Everton. Just for a moment I thought Kyle John was going to get there first.
He stuck at it well, Kyle John. I've been impressed with him tonight. He gives it and goes, and he attacks with aggression. He runs hard, he attacks with pace. He's been tenacious, I think. He's used the ball well.
Has he been the pick of the Everton players for you, Chadwick?
I think so. I think he stuck at it. I think he's shown good quality. Like we were just saying about making good decisions, I think he's made them. I think he's offered a threat going forward, and he's been nice and solid in his defensive duties as well. So he's led the team well tonight.
Corner kick for Everton. We are into stoppage time. Once again, the referee calls a halt to proceedings just to try and nip the pushing and pulling in the bud a little bit.
Incoming foul here.
Yeah, all day long. Just keep an eye on the goalkeeper. Well, the referee spotted the ones he wants to speak to. Get out the way, referee. Hasn't made a scrap of difference. In comes the corner kick. It's a dangerous one. There you go. Right on cue. I'm not sure who the offender was, and I don't think the referee is either. But it was called by Nick Chadwick, and right on cue, the minute the ball went into the penalty area. And at least Katia Kiarte can see the funny side.
That type of corner must be a bugbear of his, because he did exactly the same in the first half.
Yeah, well, I think when he appears that when he tells the players to stop the pushing and pulling, if they continue to do it, he gives a free kick. Never a penalty, always a free kick, even if it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Perhaps he was a goalkeeper back in the day as well, maybe, the referee.
Yeah, overprotected by a mile. Time ebbing away here at Southport, and it's looking like a share of the spoils, which keeps a nice little run going for Everton, unless there's a sting in the tail right at the end, and Kyle John just couldn't take the ball with him. Apter. It's out of play on the far side. 30 seconds to go. Spotted something else, the referee, over on the far side.
He's found his whistle. That's what it is.
Decided to give the throw into Everton. And the next shrill of his whistle will bring this contest to an end. Well, it wasn't a classic game. Two sides evenly matched, level on points in the table, and that's what it looked like more or less from start to finish.
Yeah, it was a great start from Everton, wasn't it? Early goal on the front foot. I thought they really took the initiative in the game, but allowed Fulham to come back into it with a goal through against the run of play, really, and then the game just petered out second half, didn't it? Bitty, too many turnovers, some good passes of play, but nothing really that Everton couldn't hurt Fulham's back line, and vice versa. It was all played in the middle part of the pitch, but spoils shared, 1-1.
When we had them on the ropes, we just didn't go for the final punch, did we, to knock them out?
No, we just lacked a little bit of quality, or made the wrong decision in the final third, in terms of crosses, shots, longer pass, passing to feet. So we just couldn't quite open this Fulham defence up, and often lost the ball in the wrong areas, or turned over the ball too quickly. But there were some good performances. A young side fielded by Everton tonight. Didn't look out of place against the older counterparts from Fulham. But as I say, probably disappointing after such a good start that we just couldn't quite stay on top in the game and be able to go on and get the 3 points.
It's ended here at Hague Avenue, all square. My thanks to Nick Chadwick alongside me tonight. The best of luck to him and his Rochdale outfit when they play Carlisle tomorrow. Keep an eye out for Rochdale as the season progresses. But here at Southport it's finished. Everton 1, Fulham 1.